Hello and good morning, beautiful people. My name is Smooth, and I welcome you to the NSoItIs podcast, my safe space to grow, explore, and express myself. This is my first time talking today. It is 5:37. Why I wake up? Okay, it's Friday, so the day after Thanksgiving. Why I wake up, get dressed. Mind you, I've had other memberships at other gyms before. They're sending out messages like, hey, we're going to be closed for today and tomorrow, or just today, or whatever they say whenever they're closed. This whole ass gym, literally since I've got the membership, I haven't been to the gym. And I got it like 3 days ago. But it's just already rubbing me the wrong way. Like, why do you open up at 8 on the weekends? And yes, I did do my research. That was one of the things I was just like, but I got it anyway. But it was just like, for them to keep sending out Black Friday promo, baby, bump the Black Friday promo. I got the membership already. Like, why can't y'all tell me that y'all not going to be open? Why am I waking up at 4:15 to get ready to go to the gym to not work? Flabbergasted. Like, I'm flabbergasted right now. And then I was reading the reviews and I'm just like, so needless to say, I am tired. I want to be working out right now, but I got Apple workouts on my phone. I'll probably do one of those. If it looks like my eyes are closed, they probably are. I tend to think that sometimes I work best when I'm half asleep. Do I remember the work that I do? No. But is it good quality work? Yes. But without any more excuses, yeah. But if I spend 3 more seconds here, I might not do this because I just might go to sleep. So without any more excuses, let's hop right into this episode. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about all the different ways that we tend to hold ourselves back and, things that we might not notice that I definitely didn't notice on my journey that I had to take a bird's eye view of. I'm trying to get there, y'all. I'm trying to get there. All right. So I think I was false already. Second word came out and I was like, nope, we're not there yet. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Ways that we don't even notice that we hold ourselves back. And I didn't even notice until I took a bird's eye view of everything and I was like, oh, I've noticed like, oh, this was one of the things that was keeping me in that cycle. So I'm just going to go over a couple things that I've noticed on my personal journey. So let's just hop right into this episode because now I want a nap. That's how I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to take me a little nap. Then I'm going to get back up and get the day started for sure. So one of the first things that I noticed in ways that we hold ourselves back is not setting up for the future. And that can be, I feel like I'm getting really irritated so what's going through my mind right now is me just being, times when I feel myself getting like really flustered, or not even flustered, because I feel like flustered and irritation are different. Times when I feel myself getting really irritated because something's not going my way or it's just not meeting my human expectations, I like to take a step back and think like, okay, well, what are you doing right now? So say for right now, I'm recording. I'm just really grateful that I get the chance to, one, be alive, okay? To be able to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm grateful that, I even had the blessing of waking up today, no matter what time it was, and that, I have a car to be able to go to the gym. I have the abilities to comprehend that the gym is closed. I'm blessed to be able to sit here and use my voice to possibly help somebody in their journey. So ultimately, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Why am I irritated? There's no reason to be irritated. Not everything's going to go your way all the time, and that's okay. That is totally okay. And this mic is irritating me too. It's okay. You got a mic. Remember when you were using headphones with the string on it to record. Yeah, you got a mic. Woo! This is definitely going to be a trying episode. Okay, so, and this light is already killing me. Okay, let's go. Setting up for the future. Okay, you know what? Everybody, this is our check-in right now. How are y'all feeling? Are y'all feeling okay? If you're not feeling okay, even if you are feeling okay, we're going to do a quick stretch breathing exercise, and then we're going to fully roll this out because we're true to this and we definitely ain't new to this. Okay, so I usually like to start off with my wrists. So go ahead, roll your wrists, as much as you want, however you want to do it, whatever, you know. I don't have the thinking power to sit here and roll 5 times to the left, 5 times to the right. I don't have all that right now. It's okay. And then I start off with my fingers. I don't know why I get anxious. Like I want to. I also had a dream that I got into a physical altercation. It was insane. I was like, what am I doing? And like, what did this person do to me? Like, whoa. So just roll your wrists, get them fingers, let that out. Flick it out of you like you got stuff under your fingernail and you just want to get it out, flick that out of you, out of your system. Then we're going to bring our arms up. You probably can't hear me, but it's okay. You can see me, you know what I'm doing. While your arms are up, take that deep breath. And in, out. One more time. Out. Breathe to the center. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about ways that we hold ourselves back. First way is going to be us not setting ourselves up for the future. And when I used to hear that, I would think, oh, you have to invest. You have to get into stocks, all that stuff. When I say set yourself up for the future, I mean, I wanted to go to the gym today. What did I do? I put on my gym clothes to the side. So there are improvements that I want to make in my life. So in order to successfully do those, if it truly is something that I want to do, I am going to properly prepare myself for whatever that is. I know that I'm more susceptible to working out as soon as the gym opens, as early as I could wake up, versus me waiting later on in the day or trying to go after work or any of that. I'm way more likely to get up early in the morning to go to the gym versus going any other time of the day. So with that being said, knowing that I'm going to be tired, knowing that I'm not going to want to be up at that hour, I'm going to do what I need to do to prepare myself to spend less time in the house to get out of the house quicker. Because the more time I spend in the house, the more awake I start to become. But I'm like, oh, I need to fold those. Should I make my bed or do I need to straighten my shoes? Is it time for me to whatever? So the less time between me waking up and me heading out to the car, the better. Because by the time I hit the car, I'm already walking through the cold air. I'm awake. I'm able to drive. So that's definitely one of the things that I've noticed. Setting myself up for the future was something that I didn't do. And I would have the thought, like, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should prep my clothes for the morning, But then I'd use the excuse, what if I don't want to wear that when I wake up? That's true. So now I'll just get my stuff out in the morning. But then I'll wake up by the time I found a sports bra and a sock. I'm laying back down because that took all my little morning energy that I needed to just put my clothes on and just head outside. Another example of not setting up for the future. There were things. There are things that are coming up right now that hold on. I'm trying to get my thoughts in order. There are things that are coming up right now that I'm going to participate in. Am I going to be at 100%? No. Why? Because I didn't take that time when I knew. Setting myself up for the future can also be with me knowing myself and with me having self-diagnosed ADHD. There are things that I do that help me progress throughout my day. to where now my main focus of all my days was it a productive day for you, whether you rested, whether you did work, whatever you did. Was it a productive day? And are you satisfied with your output for the day? Even if I just rested, because that is also being very productive. People need, y'all, we need to rest. With me knowing this about myself, there are steps that I need to take in order for me to feel satisfied with my days. And sometimes I have to do a lot more to feel satisfied, and sometimes I can do a little bit less and still feel satisfied. I'm just thinking, like, why did I make me pancakes at 9 o'clock last night? And they were protein. Well, they were protein. I don't know. Like, I need a hug. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I need a hug. I was talking to this guy and I was like, oh, this is a good candidate. We might end up meeting up or whatever. And that it just like went downhill. Like, yesterday was Thanksgiving and he asked me, he was like, what are you doing today? And I was like, nothing, probably going into the city, but mostly just relaxing. And then a couple hours later, like literally a couple hours later and two text messages a piece later, he's like, any Thanksgiving plans? By this time, it's like 6 o'clock. And it just, my gosh, oh, it made my booty hole itch. I was just so like, out of all the different words that we have in the encyclopedia, you decided to ask me the same question. So I said, look, if there's no conversation, there's no conversation. Like, we don't need to force a conversation. You're asking me the same question in a different way. It would be different if he was like, oh, it don't even matter. I don't even care. But anyway. And then I told him, I was like, that's exactly why I don't give my number out. Because I got like, pre-clauses that go down. I'm like, that's exactly why I don't give my number out. A waste. And he's like, but I'm not a waste though. I didn't even reply. Because, bitch, get off my phone. Get off my phone. Not setting yourself up for the future. That's one of the ways that we hold ourselves back. If you know it's something you want to do, something you want to change in your life, set yourself up for the future. You set yourself up to fail. Whatever you do to set yourself up to fail, just do the opposite. Next way we hold ourselves back is not admitting that we're addicted to chaos. I mean, anybody. And we end up hanging out and like I end up at their house, say we're working on a project or so, and your detector and your little smoke detector is beeping, baby, either take it down, let's go get a battery, or I'm heading out. Because that's something that interrupts my peace. I don't fucking know. Like, that interrupts my peace. That little beeping, it's like you'll hear it and be like, what? And then like I'll get back into a thought. Soon as I walk through the door of the thought officially, here go the beep again, taking me back out. I can't do it. I can't do it. I will unlike if I'm watching somebody's video and they got that shit in the background, I'll like it. As soon as I hear that beep, I'll unlike it and scroll. Like, no, what the fuck? I don't want to hear that. I don't understand how people can live with that. Like, yeah, people can say you just get used to it. I can't. I can't. Maybe because, how I grew up, like noise was like a big thing. They did not like noise whatsoever. So like in my mid 20s is when I realized that it was okay to walk on your whole foot. And that if the floor makes noise when you walk, that is okay. Like, I just learned that shit in my mid 20s. So maybe that's another reason why that sound just really just gets to me. But it takes me out of my peaceful thoughts, it interrupts it. So y'all, we are allowing our peace to be interrupted. Because if you're allowing that to go off, go off, go off, go off, go off, because you could tolerate it, because it's tolerable to you, what else are you openly tolerating yourself? What else are you openly tolerating that you don't even know because it just goes. So fix that battery. Please, y'all, please. I will leave. If we're ever hanging out and I hear that, I will leave. I do not care. I'm going to say something first. I'm like, oh, you ain't got an extra battery? Oh, okay. You got a ladder? You got a stool? And if you're like, oh, girl, just ignore. I'm heading out. I can't do it. That's one of my biggest pet peeves about going to people's house. They got that shit beeping. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear it. So that's definitely one of the ways we're addicted to chaos. Another way that as far as knowing if you're addicted to chaos is if you owe hella bill collectors. I used to owe hella people. Then I paid my car off and I literally, well, they're not calling me though. Yeah. Like the people that would call you, I would literally have like 4 or 5 people calling me throughout the week trying to get a payment, trying to set up a payment plan. Baby, I didn't have it. But then I realized like, okay, well, I kind of do have it. I'm getting my nails done. I think I got it a little bit. So I was like, you know, let me just give that to them. Once I paid off those people and people stopped calling me, there was a time, it was actually a long time frame, like a few months, where I just felt like, is something wrong? Is something wrong? You know, I've had one instance where it almost got repoed. One, my car's paid off, but I had an instance where they had stopped contacting me because they were like, oh, you ain't answering. You ain't sending no money on. We about to come get that. Yeah. And there was a time that they stopped calling, so my phone was silent. I was like, maybe they forgot about me? Maybe my paper slipped through the crack and got wet and they just said, this client's okay. No, that didn't happen. They was making arrangements. So I called them like, hey, y'all ain't called me. They're like, yeah, you don't answer. So we about to come get that. I said, no, here's the money. Here's the money. Don't come get my car, please. Anyway, after I paid off the bill collectors and I was no longer receiving calls, it felt like something was wrong. I was like, this don't feel right. Ain't nobody calling me for no money. I was like, because I already paid them. Like, I don't owe them no money. Like, what they gave me, I gave them back. And some, because it took so long to pay them. And then I was like, am I addicted to chaos? Like, having to re-regulate my body from not receiving so many calls from bill collectors. It took a lot of me saying, you know, when I would notice that I'm getting like built up anxiety, I would have to be like, it's okay. They're not calling you because you did what you were supposed to do. And then I would have to reward myself because I did what I was supposed to do. So I would have to reaffirm that I did the right thing. When people are trying to change, you know, because they say people can change if they want to change. But you know, you really, 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 really want to change if when you reach those mental blocks that you keep going and you push through. Because I could have easily went, did something else, gotten some more debt, and then had somebody else calling me. But I was like, no, like, it's okay. Like, they're not calling you. You did the right thing. It's paid off. This is what responsibility is. You owned that responsibility. Congratulations. You know, so it was a lot of reaffirming myself, like, it's gonna be okay. Calm down. Like, calm down. It's okay. Like, you're doing good. You did good. That's definitely one of the ways we hold ourselves back, not admitting that we're addicted to chaos. Next thing is going to be resisting flow. That's number 3. Why do we resist our flow? I was laying here the other day and I was like, I had like a flash of like my old self and my new self because I'm currently flipping over. So I'm transitioning from the old to the new. So I'm in that gray area where I have sprinkles of everything in here. So we're just a little bit all over the place, but we see where we're going type of thing. Why is my mic not on? So resisting flow. We resist flow. Y'all, please, I really hope today is not one of them days. Let's go. So resisting our flow. I was laying here one morning and I was like, ooh, I should get up and then do this, and that while I have this little spurt of energy. Well, I have this little spurt of energy and just get it done. Child, didn't do it. That messed up my ability to reach flow throughout the day for the rest of the day, because that was me acknowledging, hey, you have this little spurt of energy right now. You know what you could be doing. It's for a reason. So get up and do it. I didn't get up and do it. Then throughout the rest of the day, I was just like all over the place. I was all over the place. It was crazy. And our body wants to naturally do things. Like when I know I should be working out, my body naturally is like, okay, let's get up, let's work out. But I'll lay here like, I know, but I'm tired. But then it's like, okay, you can't be that tired when I just said, let's go work out. So then it's like, I'll receive a burst of energy, but then I'll sabotage myself and just not do anything with that energy. So then it's like, okay, well, the fuse is only this big. So once the fuse get like right here, it's like, you know what? You're gonna still lay down. Fuck it. Still lay down then. So that's a lot of times me resisting my flow because there are things that my body wants to do. If I want to change and be a better person and be this new elevated self, there are things that I'm going to have to do, which one of them is acknowledging, like, hey, when you get these little bursts of energy and that thought of how to use that energy, I need to start acting on that. I can't, but I'm tired, but I'm cold, but I'm warm, and it's cold from up under my covers. I can't be saying that shit because in reality, it doesn't matter. Because when I'm still broke in 5 years, I'm like, oh, but I was warm and it was cold outside my covers and I was tired at the moment. And it's just like, okay, boo, now look at you. Next one, which is going to be the last one, is lack of self accountability, which also equals lack of self trust. I'm still trying to like wrap my head around the concept of trusting other people. For some odd reason, I just cannot do it. I don't know why. Ever since I moved out to LA, it's just been really hard for me to trust people. Even the people that I instill half an ounce of trust in, it just, I think it evaporates because something always happens to where I'm like, and that's why I don't put my trust in people. But one thing that I'm really working on is my self-trust. Like this morning, I told myself, no, last night I told myself, I said, you're going to get up, you're going to go to the gym no matter what. I got up, went to the gym. The no matter what didn't matter because it was out of my control. So I couldn't really do too much. But the fact that I woke up and went to the gym, it was like, okay, you did what you said you were going to do. Um, and what you had said you were going to do is something to better me. So kudos to me for getting up and getting out there. This is a struggle right now. What was it? Yeah, lack of self accountability. I got 3 minutes. Fuck. So with us being, don't look at the time. Just relax. Fuck it. With us being adults, no one's gonna be like, hey, you said you were gonna write a book. What's going on? Hey, you said you were gonna take your headshots. What's going on? Hey, you said you were gonna do this. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We don't have that. You know, I would always think, I was definitely a talker. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna be doing big things. I'm going to be doing grand things and this and that and this and that and this and that. But I would never do anything because it's like I didn't have that self accountability to actually act on what I was saying. So we have to start off small. So I'm in the process of writing a book. Been writing this book for years now. Never thought I would be the person saying I've been writing a book for years, but here I am. But with that and me working on so many other things, I actually had to take time out. I don't know where it's at. I don't have the time to find it, but I took time out, and this productivity hack for people with scatterbrain. When you're when you want to be working on a lot of different things, map out the days and just say, okay, today I want to be working on this. Like yesterday was supposed to be my podcast day, but I was out making money, so it's okay. So Monday, I'm working on my content. Tuesday, I'm working on auditions. Wednesday, I'm working on the book. Thursday, I'm working on my podcast. And I do not feel every day with something. I do not. No. But it's just like, if I take one day to focus on one thing and say I only have an hour and a half for that, I've now dedicated that hour and a half a week to that one thing versus me trying to touch everything every day. And then I'm only hitting like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of everything a day. Over the week, that doesn't add up to anything. That doesn't add up to anything. So yeah, lack of self accountability. Like we have to hold ourselves accountable. Like if you want to be that person, be that person. Don't think about being that person. Don't talk about being that person. Just be that person, because you don't learn what you need to learn of being that person by talking about it or by thinking about it. You only learn it by actually being that person. So, I forgot who I was talking to not too long ago, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm an actress, I'm getting back into acting. And they're like, oh, so then when you're working on yourself, is it even you're really working on? And I couldn't conceptualize that because I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm working on me. I'm not working on the character. Like, I'm still me. The character is just the character. Like, that's on the paper. Like, what are you talking about? And the character's always changing. I have to work on who I am beneath that character, you know? So that kind of blew me. I was like, what? But yeah, we really, but yeah, self accountability is a big thing. You know, you look at the greatest people and the most, inspirational people out there, they had self accountability. We don't know if Rihanna had a support group. We don't know if Beyonce has a support group, which they just might, but we don't know that. And I feel like people get twiddled up in the, oh, I want to be a Beyonce and have her work ethic. But then, when it comes to you waking up early, going to sleep late, and you still being tired in both of those instances, you're not going to keep going. You don't want to do it for real. But if you can keep going, then you see, do I want to do this for real? No? Okay. But I do want to do this. So it's easier for you to pivot. And I feel like we underestimate how accountability is such a great tool. Self accountability is such a great tool in progression for us as a person. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to. But that's all for this episode. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into this episode. And, I'm using my self accountability to continue on doing this because it's something that I like to do. So here we are. Have a wonderful rest of y'all week. Again, we drop every Saturday. Yes, every Saturday at 11:11, and the video aspect is available on YouTube every Sunday at 11:11. So thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all. Next time. Bye bye.